is sunken in. All of these are graves. All of these are graves. All the dirt and the red sand. This is my home. This is where I want to be. This is us, the sand from the beach. And if you keep going, you're going to hit the red dirt. That's it. That's how we live.
The very first land patent in North America is called the Monmouth Patent. It was established in 1665, right here.
From us to them.
Right here, from the Lenape to the European settlers. This is the first legal settlement in North America.
When the Europeans first came here, and they were trading land and stuff like that, it was a lot of trading of fur. But what the Indians were saying was, how would you trade for him something that you taught him to go out and get? But he's coming with steel and metal, and that's nothing we can fight against. So you do not trade fur when you're trading with a man who has a gun. You want to trade for the gun. Because then if anything happens, I have a weapon to fight you back. If I'm standing here with a piece of fur or $1 because we traded and you gave me $1 and you got fur, you still have a gun. So what good is the $1 if you can use your gun to take it back from me? Okay, these are people that know this is my property. We do not have to move. I want to know who they are and what they're doing, because everybody knows my last name by now. Nothing. Exactly. This happens all the time because people think that this is their property for them to come and roam free and do what they want. But they know who this property is owned by.
We need to heal our family wounds so our family can play the role that it's supposed to play in the greater purpose, which is to heal the nation's wounds. And we feel like we're the ones that are still here. We're the ones that still have our boots on the ground, to say, so to speak. We're still here with the ancestors. We talk about genealogy, we talk about genetics, but the history is more important, right? Knowing how you came to the places you were at, the relationships that the people you come from had, you know what I mean? That's more important than absolutely knowing what your genetics are, because I can't tell you the story.
And let's do this so you can get the full effect of what you're about to run into.
Yeah,
let's go this way.
The genetics can't tell you that somebody tore up your graveyard. You know, it's a story we got to get to. We got to learn people's stories. Overgrown, so you probably can't really see. Can't imagine what you're about to walk into.
All those wood chips you see right there, this never looked like this. This place was a forest full of trees. All those wood chips are trees, and this place was nothing but red dirt. None of this stuff was over here. Look at all these bodies now. Oh, and don't mind the frogs. The sad thing is those graves right there were already here. These are some of my buried cousins, and he put these bodies right next to them, right at their feet. Now, not only did he do this, he got some of these markers that are now gone, but there were even grave markers on the side of this, just like they are now on the side of this grave over here and on the side of that tree. That grass over there looks like nothing has been moved over there for the last 30 years. So what did he put over there under that marker is unbeknownst to me. Then if you turn around, you can see right here how they have kind of like 3 markers together. That's because there are 3 graves or 3 remains in that one hole. That's called stacking, is what he does. Each one of these represents $1,600 for him.
Yeah.
But if you see back there, see the old round tombstones? That's a Dorothy Bowles. She would have been the great-great-great-granddaughter of Chief Bowles. How is this restoring a cemetery when you have tombs like this, and then you make sure that you have markers for the stuff that you've done? This man uses land as nothing but a milking cow and a money machine. How do we have this beautifully historical woods that you have destroyed through cutting down property, through yourself vandalizing and misplacing tombstones and markers, erasing the history of our cemetery, but yet you and your shareholders have benefited by doing this? I looked up how many people died in Monmouth County or Pine Brook, Eatontown, Red Bank, Shrewsbury, Tinton Falls area over the last 60 years. And my aunt could have filled this place up with bodies if she was doing this as a public cemetery. But nobody was being buried here except for us. That's why this looks like this. Who would say, Brooklyn, would you like for us to bury your great-grandmother out here? You would be like, oh no, this don't look like a cemetery. But if this your family and you know you come from them woods, this is where you want to be. Where the strawberries are and the blueberries that you've been out here every day of your life for every Veterans Day seeing your uncles and walking down to the train tracks while they're out there drinking their liquor, while the ladies are up here having a picnic. No, this is exactly where I want to be. This is exactly where my daughter should have been. None of these other people should be here. But even if it comes down to it in court, I really don't want these people moved, because the way I see this cemetery, and I'm gonna get all my family members to agree, we're gonna put up mausoleums. We're gonna have a golden arch back there that's coming in that says Rock Ruffin Family Cemetery. And anybody that comes from the Rocks, the Reeves, the Berries, the Bowles that want to be buried out here, this is your home and you're gonna be buried out here. We're gonna take all of these people up and put them in tombstones and mausoleums. But what I want to say to them is, we want this here. And I want it fenced off. So 100 years from now, when my great-great-great-grandkids are out here, they can say, oh, this is what Nana was fighting for. This is what Cousin Norris was out here fighting for. This ain't about nobody that came here 300 years ago. Our family fought through and lived through that. It's about the people that are here right now, not wanting us to know where we came from 300 years ago. This is not being done from an early settler colonizer. This is done by a modern day, supposedly American. It's important to learn and understand. If it's a word you don't understand, don't act like you understand it. Google it, look it up, research it. Make sure you're using the right text. Is this a law word? If this is a legal word, how do you use it in the legal text? You have to be diligent. But when they were ordered off the property as per the judge, I believe it was May 31st, they came out to take their porta potty and their equipment because I guess they didn't want it left out here. And when they took the porta potty was when we found the note stapled to the tree, which looks like it's in a bag of urine with an industrial staple. And somebody moved it, and you can kind of make it out. It says you better sell the property. But we never took it down, and it's out here. But this is the kind of stuff you deal with. These are our woods. These are our resting place. These are our arches that when we go to say goodbye to somebody, we do it in a celebratory way. Look at how the sunlight through all of these trees and woods are just beaming right on it. And we're here. And I know we're winning, and we're never going to give up. Because my whole life, I am supposed to be buried at my brother and sister's feet. And I refuse to be buried any place but here. So I'm going to fight like hell to make this my resting place.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So diligence is the word of the day for me.